Lie awake every night, their health deteriorating for every sleepless hour. This is a nationwide health crisis. Sleep is the foundation of our lives. Without it, energy, focus, mood plummet. Your quality of life can be changing lives across the nation, including mine. As a clinical neurologist, I know how essential sleep is for building and nourishing both your mental and physical health. After years of research, I developed Relaxium Sleep to help my patients fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up refreshed. My good friend Mike Huckabee insisted I try Relaxium Sleep, and now I'm a believer. And you, what makes Relaxium Sleep? Well, it's created by a leading clinical neurologist, APUSA. Take it nightly, it works. Since starting Relaxium, I fall asleep faster, sleep longer, wake up refreshed. I'm so incredibly thankful that for nearly 2 decades now, Relaxium Sleep has been changing millions of lives. If you're experiencing sleepless nights or tossing and turning, you need to try Relaxium Sleep now and improve your quality of life. So why are you still suffering? Pick up the phone. There's nothing to lose except another sleepless night. Folks, it's time to make America sleep again. So please call now. Claim your risk-free bottle of Relaxium Sleep, your whole new life, just a phone call away.
Bill O'Reilly is so confident that Relaxium Sleep will work for you. He's asked us to give away 1,000 bottles today. Get your risk-free bottle of Relaxium Sleep now. Visit TryRelaxium.com or call 800-251-1717. That's TryRelaxium.com or call 800-251-1717.
CIDP is no walk in the park.
That's true.
But I take Vistar Hytrulo self-injection.
Same. It's the first major innovation in CIDP treatment in over 30 years.
Vistar Hytrulo has been proven to significantly reduce the risk of symptoms getting worse.
And I can treat my CIDP with one weekly self-injection.
Don't use if allergic to the ingredients. It can increase risk of infection and serious allergic infusion or injection-related reactions. Get help right away if you have rash, hives, swelling of the face, lips, throat, or tongue, breathing problems, low blood pressure, or fainting. Tell your doctor if you have infection or fever, high blood pressure, chills, or shivering, chest, stomach, or back pain, vaccinations, allergies, or kidney problems. Most common side effects include respiratory and urinary tract infections, headache, and injection site reactions.
I'm hitting fairways with stuff.
I'm hitting the road, my number one. That's how we live differently. Vistar Hytrulo.
Ask your neurologist about Vistar Hytrulo for self-injection.
Slotomania, the Free Slots Game presents the iconic Betty Boop, featuring amazing reels, exciting bonus bids, and grand jackpots. Download Slotomania now, play Betty Boop Slots, and get 25 free spins and 50 million free coins. Outnumbered is outweighing the rest, smart, bold, and always ahead of the Seriously, everybody can't be like that. Outnumbered on Fox News, America is watching. Runners will do anything to cut through the weeds. Why? You can go fast the easy way. Skechers Aeroburst. High-performance running shoes designed to cut through the wind with unbelievable speed. Plus, they're ultra-lightweight and feature Goodyear rubber. Go fast in Skechers Aeroburst. New Skechers Aeroburst. Running shoes that push the laws of aerodynamics. It all starts with Skechers Synchroburst technology. Supercritical foam that gives Aeroburst unbelievable response and propulsion. Plus, a carbon-infused H-Lite Skechers Aeroburst.
Why'd I go to the doctor? When my heart kept skipping a beat, I didn't think much of it. But my girls made me get checked out, and it made such a difference. Turns out, I have AFib, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times. Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you notice one or more of these symptoms, contact the doctor. I'm so glad I did. And my girls are too. This is no time to wait. Today, we are out.
They're back. The seditious 6 is now 7. They've got a new member, Senator Jeff Merkley.
He didn't like Trump's Easter message to Iran, so he's telling our men in uniform to go AWOL. Quote, to our military leaders, remember this. You are legally required to refuse orders to commit war crimes. So what's a war crime? Alyssa Slotkin, one of the original six, says it's as simple as turning off the enemy's lights. The Times agrees.
Are you concerned that your threat to bomb power plants and bridges amount to
No. I hope I don't have to do it. Mentally, these are disturbed people. If you think I'm going to allow them, and powerful and rich, to have a nuclear weapon, you can tell your friends at the New York Times, not going to happen.
If knocking out power is a war crime, Bill Clinton should be in The Hague. Slick Willie obliterated Serbia's power grid back in '99. Both the Bushes did it in Iraq. Lyndon Johnson hit a few power plants in North Vietnam. It was called Operation Rolling Thunder. These targets are selected as humanely as possible, considering dual-use systems and the law of proportionality. But the goal of war is to win. We aren't hitting their water, hospitals, or hotels. That's what Iran is doing to our allies. Remember, these aren't civilian power plants. The Guard runs them and gets dibs on the power. So hitting that type of target hurts the military and their ability to fight back. The ceasefire terms are simple. They have to open up the strait and knock off their nukes. But Democrats say Trump's winning.
This is all embarrassing and juvenile, and it's people trying to act like they're pumped up and tough when what we really see from the administration in this war is the absence of a plan, the absence of a clear rationale, no effort to get allies on board, and thus deep unpopularity of this war with the American public.
This should be a rally around the flag moment. And Democrats are just ragging on the president. Men's hockey 1-4. America wins, the left can't even clap. If you can't root for America because Trump's running it, that's your problem. The media thinks Hollywood's smarter than the CIA. Listen,
Playing on the United States war with Iran.
the media knows the goal of the war. We can't have terrorists get nukes.
More political problems, military problems, and all sorts of problems. And so he just needs to admit that what's going on. And I doubt he has the mental ability to do that.
Okay, the Times said Biden was brilliant, so nobody takes these guys seriously. Maybe the media is so used to fighting forever wars that they're not used to us winning. To them, fighting to win looks crazy.
This was what's criticism is your mental health that should perhaps be examined as this war
Well,
continues.
I haven't heard that. But if that's the case, you're going to have more people like me, because our country was being ripped off on trade, on everything, for many years until I came along. So if that's the case, you're going to have more people.
The same people who propped up bumbling Joe Biden now want a 25th Amendment President Trump because he's making Democrats look bad.
The president is clearly unhinged, and he's doing what we've seen him do many times before, which is to speak off the cuff and on a whim and to degrade the basic rule of law. You know, when I take a look at the cabinet, the 25th Amendment really turns on people of good faith who mean their oaths to our Constitution when they took them, who are willing to hold this president accountable. And so far, we don't see that kind of courage.
Decapitation strikes in the first 30 seconds. Search and recovery mission, 200 miles inside enemy territory. No casualties for 3 weeks straight. Call the madman all you want. It helps them negotiate. The Iranians see American politicians saying Trump's so crazy that he'll commit war crimes to win the war. The mullahs are looking around like, uh-oh, maybe we should sign. Clay Travis is the founder of Outkick. All right, big Easter weekend play. It's Thursday.
And you know what? I don't want to hear anything from any Democrat. You let Weekend at Bernie's exist in this country for 4 years, and then you want to me Weekend at Bernie's. And you didn't say anything about the 25th Amendment. Joe Biden was a vegetable. He couldn't even stay away from the beach. He would have been asleep. That guy would still be in a crevice in Iran if Joe Biden was in office. He would still be sleeping. He wouldn't have even found
the face went missing for a week. He was going in the hospital and no one knew where he was. Biden had no clue. I know it's
Careful, Guardian. You must protect your crest.
When Democrats who know us are so crazy, he's willing to do anything to win the war. Does that help? Yeah. Because Iranian despots only respect one thing. That is the threat of the inheritance. They don't care about nuance. They don't care about the intricacies of the somebody is going to punch them in the mouth and actually hold them accountable. What else is going to be Here's the crazy stat. I looked it up because I was like, I can't. Since we started the war in Iran, you are more likely to have been murdered in Japan than you have been killed by Iran. If you are This is one of the most successful military operations. They could never be taken your birthday in order to trick me into wishing you happy birthday. And I went to it. It is. I'm going to sing the song one more time. Congratulations to the astronauts for making it around the moon. And congrats on the first up there. It's been amazing. You look great for 7. Thank you,
Oh shit, he didn't even hit me.
I told your friend John, I told him to work for a bank because there's too many stories about people getting canceled by their bank because they can't afford college. The government wanted to know where you shop. So I exercise is not.
I didn't. I went to an install. I put it built. I took it apart. Then you know, we filter the time. You can see how it's done. Lifetime burn. But it's built right at the Oh, get the cover inspection today. 877 I take control of my destiny and do more than I ever
5 minutes left. I've seen enough. I'm calling this one. Defeat comes for us all. Don't let this discourage you. Fight hard and glory will be yours again.
Living with chronic migraine? 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine. The treatment is 4 times a year. So why wait? See your doctor.
Botox effects may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as trouble swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Those with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions or skin infections. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions like ALS, myasthenia gravis or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medicines like botulinum toxins, which may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 91% of patients wish they'd started Botox sooner. Ask your doctor today. If eligible, you may pay $0. Consumer Cellular is lowering the price for those 50 and up. Get an unlimited line for just $35 a month. So switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage satisfaction. Now new customers get your second month free when you switch.
At U-Haul, we know every family moves at their own pace. So that's why we have U-Box. We can store it or ship it. How and when you want it. Reserve today at uhaul.com.
Sponsors alert, we are back, baby. Here's brand new video of Artemis 2 swinging around the dark side of the moon. For 45 minutes, it was a total blackout. No signal from the Deep Space Network, but now Houston's back in contact.
Integrity, we have you loud and clear.
The crew saw the lunar surface like no other humans ever seen. They even snapped photos of the moon from their phone. Right now, astronauts are seeing a solar eclipse. The mission isn't just historic, it's record-breaking. Artemis traveled over 250,000 miles. That's deeper into space than any other humans gone before, beating Apollo 13. And they didn't just fly to the moon. They had to hit a moving target. One wrong move, you missed the rock. Mission failed. This wasn't just a sightseeing tour. The crew tested lunar spacesuits, checked for leaks. So when Artemis 4 returns to the moon in 2028, there we go. And the toilets go too, which is good because the crew had a big Easter feast. Barbecue brisket, smoothies, and a message back home. What's up?
This is a whole bunch of nothing, this thing we call the universe. You have this oasis, this beautiful place that we get to exist together. I think as we go into Easter Sunday, thinking about, all the cultures all around the world, whether you celebrate it or not, whether you believe in God or not, this is an opportunity for us to remember where we are, who we are, and that we are the same thing, and that we got to get through this together.
Going back to the moon is a giant leap for mankind. The moon base is on the horizon. Next up, Mars. Jerry Linger's former astronaut. All right, Jerry. We're looking for what? Places to park the next spaceship on the moon?
Oh, exactly right. We want to go down to the South Pole, where it sure looks like they have water. Wow. And also just the science is unbelievable. Mara, shadowy.
Strike on the moon. They can look at the fresh thing. It's Jesse. I'm just in awe. It's unreal. U.S. technology, innovation, the rest of the world is just got to be envious of it. And I heard you earlier talking about the times over in Iran there, U.S. military, I've got 3 sons serving, and I'll tell you, they are top-notch people, all of our military. And man, I am so proud to be in here.
Oh, well, God bless your sons for their patriotism and you've done a great job, obviously, as a father. The critics here, some of them say, what are we wasting all this money for? Shooting rockets up, doing a photo shoot of the moon. Why don't we spend this money here on planet Earth in America? What do you say to that?
So it's not a photo shoot, it's lunar observation, the geologists, the physicists, you don't just hear people saying, oh, we don't spend enough on science. This is science. This is real practical science. We don't spend enough on education. NASA attracts the brain power of the world. Everybody wants to work. It's the best education in the world. Looking up at Paulo Gauguin, and those are my heroes, and I made it. The inspiration, the exploration, it's just part of being a human being. It is money well spent. Exactly what government should do. See hard, challenging problems, and that's why I think it's the case.
What's it feel like when you look down and just see all the stars, galaxies far, far away? How does that make you feel?
It makes you feel like you're in a godlike thing looking at creation. And then the other hand, you look out in the universe and you realize. And so it makes you feel bigger and it makes you feel smaller, and I've never been able to resolve those 2 things. But it's unreal. The United States shows us at our best. And thank God that in Trump 1, they started the Artemis program. In Trump 2, a big piece of the bill with the money there, and we have the willpower now, and we are through the moon. We're going to get a moon base, we're going to go to the rest of the week, and then as you mentioned, tonight.
All right, Jerry, that was a very poetic way to put it. Thanks for sharing that with us, and God bless you and your family. Thank you so much.
Honor being with you, Jesse. Thank you.
Johnny gets festive.
Gum problems? You need new Parodontax Gum Strengthen and Protect with hyaluronic acid. It strengthens the gum seal for long-lasting gum protection. The gum experts. I like things personalized, like my coffee. So when my doctor prescribed Vyvgart Hytrulo self-injections and Myovanalyte Pain Regarded, he personalized my approval calls. Vyvgart Hytrulo can improve the eligibility and reduce muscle weakness.
My way.
For a weekend away ski.
Self-inject with its My Plan. Don't use allergic ingredients. It can increase risk of infection and increase allergic infusion or injection-related reactions. Get help right away if you have rash, hives, swelling of the face, lips, throat, or tongue, breathing problems, low blood pressure, or fainting. Tell your doctor if you have infection or fever, high blood pressure, chills, or shivering, chest, stomach, or back pain, vaccinations, allergies, or kidney problems. Most common side effects include respiratory and urinary.
Take a Guardian's crest and glory is yours.
My Vyvgart Hytrulo self-injection.
Best treatment? My way. What's your neurologist about Vyvgart Hytrulo? No application.
the lead.
You can go fast the easy way. It's terrible. I suppose it's running. Right? What's their ultra lightweight?
That's why we have fire teams. I love it.
Sometimes there's
Calm down.
Yesterday was Easter Sunday, so we took down a lot of good stuff.
Oh boy. Tell your stomach. Tell your stomach.
you just overreact. I'm just working on the controller.
5 minutes left. Keep it up.
This is the best one because it's a fighting
Right there.
the game. You just that's it. You know what everybody says?
They say Friday out of
Anything phone him? You better, oh my God, you're great.
That's why we have fire teams.
No. Some Raising King sauce, spicy rigatoni.
Three minutes. Hold strong, and this battle is yours.
If Jesus was alive today.
I don't know now.
You're nearly there. Fight on and claim victory.
One drug has indicated this about the presence of at the default. The last was the one and only.
Sound tactics bring victory.
14th Amendment guarantees birthright citizenship.
Those crests mean glory is yours, Guardian.
Okay, your home auto and business vehicle are all protected with Progressive. Nice. It's a bit overwhelming running a business and a family. It sounds like someone could use a vacation. Huh. I actually have a lot of work that I need to do.
Doctors Preferred Liver Defense is doctor-developed to support your natural detox function with clinically validated, triple-tested key ingredients. Be more liver. Find Liver Defense in the supplement aisle at Walmart. Doctors Preferred. Better science, better results.
Just in time for our country's big celebration, the Kids Guide to America's 250th birthday is here, and it's free. Give your kids this epic story of freedom, heroes, and fireworks. Get it at freeusaguide.com.
Loyalty program. Snag this hotel for $250 a night. You didn't check Trivago? On Trivago, you can compare prices from multiple different sites and loyalty programs and prices from hotel websites. Same hotel, $100 less. 2 words. Check Trivago. 40% hotel. Trivago.
Another lost summer scrolling and swiping? Turns out the fix is right here. Create new lifetime memories from the comfort of your backyard. No passports, no reservations. Latham's premium handcrafted tools can be installed in weeks. Our tools won't stain or crack and never require costly resurfacing. And with our crystal finish, you can bring your favorite exotic watercolor and shimmer right to your own backyard. Visit LathamTools.com now. Latham is a proud sponsor of USA Artistic Swimming.
Here's an amazing fact. 70 million Americans lie awake every night, their health deteriorating every sleepless hour. This is a nationwide health crisis. Sleep is the foundation of our lives. Without it, energy, focus, mood plummet. Your quality of life can be stolen. That's why I don't just recommend relaxing sleep. I depend on it. Relaxium Sleep is America's #1 doctor-developed sleep solution, changing lives across the nation, including mine.
As a clinical neurologist, I know how essential sleep is for building and nourishing both your mental and physical health. After years of research, I developed Relaxium Sleep to help my patients fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up refreshed.
My good friend Mike Huckabee insisted I try Relaxium Sleep, and I'm a believer. What makes Relaxium Sleep? Well, it was created by leading clinical neurologists, ADUSA, Megan Knightley. Since starting Relaxium, I've always been happy, longer, wake up.
I'm so incredibly thankful that for nearly 2 decades now, Relaxium Sleep has been changing millions of lives. If you're experiencing sleepless nights or tossing and turning, you need Relaxium Sleep.
Folks, it's time to make America sleep again. So please call now. It's free life. Relaxium Sleep, your whole new life. Bill O'Reilly is so confident that Relaxium Sleep will work.
today. Get your risk sleeve off of Relaxium Sleep.com or call us on 1717.
My programming assures me that we are at peace. Yes.
Shopify's point sales system helps you sell at every stage of your business. With fast and secure payment, card readers you can rely on, and one place to manage your calls. Whatever the stage, businesses that grow.
Mother Savannah is afraid, but I am programmed to say.
Checking right now.
We will cover every move they make and resistance. They're focused fully on pharmaceuticals. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Do you believe being a UPN is for real? That family do that? Yeah. Changed it up. 5:30. Never going back to 2. Never going back to 2. Forever and forevermore. 5:30. Sorry, it is what it is.
I'm so happy to see
Parents from Providence, New Jersey, did you notice Biden had a white bunny at his Easter egg roll, and Trump had a brown bunny? Who's the racist now? Yeah, then we had Bad Bunny with the Super Bowl. No bueno. Mark from Kimberly, Alabama. Was that Gutfeld in the bunny suit at the White House? He was awfully short. Danny from Rhode Island.
Slain any gods lately?
Jen from Ladysmith, Virginia. Who the heck is this Jerry Linenger now? Why are you interviewing a real actor? Like Katy Perry and Gail King. My girl Gail should do the show. She's easy to book. I have her show. Gary from Gainesville, Florida. Thank you, Jesse. Your show tonight is the most informative I've ever seen in 79 years. Well, we'll run it back tomorrow. Bill from Cambridge.
Come here and let me look at
Who's
you.
winning tonight? UConn or Michigan? I'm going to go with UConn. Sorry, Harold Jr.
Remember, my
That's all
friend,
for us tonight. DVR the
we
show,
are
Sean
strongest
Patton,
together.
I'm Waters, and this is my world. And tonight, true American grit, determination, meticulous skill, and bravery on the world stage. 2 American airmen rescued from deep behind enemy lines. Iran's regime humiliated on their home turf after an intense operation you frankly only expect to see in a Hollywood movie. Now, the skill, sophistication, and courage from our service members, our heroes, is out of this world. In just a moment, we will break down this very scary in 23 hours, that will determine the fate of Iran's regime. By this time tomorrow, the deadline will be over. They will hand over all of their nuclear material and make a deal that will allow for their survival, or they will be bombed into oblivion. Take a look. We have a plan because of the but every bridge in Iran will be decimated by 12 o'clock tomorrow night, where every power plant in Iran will be out of control, burning, exploding, and never to be used again. I mean, complete demolition by 12 o'clock. And it'll happen over a period of 4 hours if we wanted to. We don't want that to happen. You might remember on this program, I warned the supreme leaders before Operation Epic Fury ever began. If I was you, I'd get on a plane and I would take your money, whatever you're stealing and pillaging, and I would go to Russia and get out. They're now all dead. Iran should think carefully, because as President Trump has proven again and again, he does not make empty threats. That should be more than obvious for all of them by now. And
Take a Guardian's crest, and glory is yours.
Even optimistic that this remaining 4th or 5th tier of leadership chooses the negotiated settlement and Iran's infrastructure for its people and remain in place. Each would be in Iran and the world's best interest. But sadly, visibly, everyone else, radical left, legacy media, they all see groups of America to fail. That's all I'm
the top leadership, all being obliterated, and all what happened Saturday night. Everything seems to be in awe and sorrow by no
I think they'll be in awe, and I think there's a lot more that we have not been able to report that will be extraordinary when this is written about. It's amazing, Sean, because it's the very same unit, SEAL Team 6 in Utah, who were born out of the failed hostage rescue and his weapons systems operator, or WISO, punched out, ejecting from the plane. The second crew member landed about 40 miles carried by the parachute and ended up floating in a ridge for nearly 4,500
I've seen enough. I'm calling everyone. You're beaten. This time. Don't let this discourage you. Fight hard and glory will be yours again.
Highly trained A-10 Warthog took fire, but somehow the Sandy pilot managed to steer his crippled plane back to Kuwaiti airspace on Friday where he managed to control the crash of the plane, ejecting and then being rescued himself. And two MC-130 transport aircraft got stuck in the sand on a makeshift landing strip and had to be blown up from the air so that their sensitive equipment did not fall into enemy hands. They were carrying 3 helicopters needed for the rescue. Before the transport planes, each worth about $100 million apiece, were blown up, airmen put the rotors on the helicopters, which took all of 10 minutes apiece. That, according to President Admiral Brad Cooper, the head of U.S. Central Command, ordered several B-2 bombers to fly 36 hours round trip from Whiteman Air Force Base to drop massive ordnance penetrator bunker buster bombs on an underground IRGC headquarters in Tehran after he received intelligence that a large number of top IRGC commanders were meeting there on any other given day. That would have led the news. Sean?
All right, Jennifer, every American should be very proud of our brave men and women, any warriors that put their lives on the line. What an incredible feat on every level. Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon tonight. Thank you. Now, according to President Trump, Iran has until 8 p.m. tomorrow night to make a deal. Apparently, they have already rejected a temporary ceasefire agreement. They're demanding an arrangement where they get to control the Strait of Hormuz and charge us for reparations. That would be laughable. With the very latest from these negotiations, Kevin Corke is with us tonight. Kevin, I'm cautiously optimistic. It would be very hard to comprehend after all the lead-up time and warnings that were given before Midnight Hammer and the ensuing 14 bunker buster bombs that were dropped, with all the opportunities before Epic Fury and all of, the 13,000-plus military targets taken out, and now we're at the 4th or 5th tier of leadership because everyone else above them is dead, yet they would be that stupid. So there should be a little bit of hope that there's got to be some common sense on some level there.
I love your optimism. I'm skeptical. I am hopeful. But as you point out, listen, Sean, with a deadline fast approaching tonight, the president is again putting Iran on notice. Deal or devastation. He said as much on Sunday on Truth Social. Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped up in one. The president, Sean, promised to deliver on that commitment unless the regime retreats. That's acceptable to me. And part of that deal is going to be we want free traffic of oil and everything else. And everything else. Still, in the face of likely decimation of its critical infrastructure, the Iranians are rejecting a proposed 45-day ceasefire. What was their Sean calling for guarantees of no future U.S. military action. But the Secretary of War said today, the regime doesn't get to make that call.
Careful, Guardian. You must protect your crest.
Because this president does not play around. You can ask Soleimani, you can ask Maduro, you can ask Khomeini. And so tonight, at this very hour, negotiations continue with the first time running out. And you could argue, Sean, the world hoping it's the coming forth from Washington and taking credit for 11 years. Has been front and center on the world stage. 11 years. Kind of losing the news cycle every single day for 11 years. They are obsessed over the president's every word, every effort, every they still don't seem to understand him clearly. Capable of seeing past their ever-present rate of to see anything. Now, for the first time in modern history, we have a president who is willing to classify circumstance and very in this case, President Trump is not dealing with high-minded women. These are Islamic, radical, fascist, murderers, they have a chance to choose or they will all the time in their hands. Take a look. They have a they have for extension 7 days, right? That's it. Steve, give them 10 days. 10 days is we're giving them till tomorrow. Every time they have no of this stuff is on and on. They're at the weakest point they've ever seen. They have no Navy, they have no Air Force, they have no anything. That's acceptable to me. Oh no, less than 23 hours. We're never going to let Iran have a nuclear weapon. And if you get people that are sick of mind, that are tough, smart, and sick, you
With the New York Times. I'll get on that right away, so let's be clear. Iran's government is not allowing testing. This is the evil regime, the number one state sponsor of terrorism. It's the regime that chants death to America. And using Iranian nuclear weapons to with enough range, we have learned through this conflict to actually get Europe, places like Paris.
Only 5 minutes left.
And the world bought into their lives again and again and again. Doesn't work, never works, never will work. They put the $1.7 billion deficit to the bottom cash and other countries they took billions from the oil sanctions thanks to Joe Biden. They built their nuclear reactors in the mountains while militarizing their entire country. They have military that have threatened Americans all over the world. They have done this for decades. But those days are over. Now Iran either accepts and there's 60% of the uranium will be Iran's supreme leaders, Lieutenant, they were still going to get one of this not to make an replacement. They will kill shortly thereafter.
I've seen enough. I'm calling this one. You're defeated. Fight again. Persistence is key.
Built an emergency air base inside of Iran.
There's no true defeat except surrender. Fight again and make glory yours.
The message is unmistakable. The U.S. has the power and will to do anything inside of Iran while life continues as usual inside the USA. This war has already been decided. The only question now, tonight, in the next 23 hours, when will Iran's extremist leaders accept the reality of their situation? Will they do it the easy way? Will they do it the hard way? I pray for our troops. I pray for our country. I pray for the world. They give the president the deal that he is on. They think he's going to his offer. Here's reaction. South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. A lot of people think that you're a hawk. And in many ways, you are. You believe radical. Yeah. What do you think the odds are? Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll know pretty soon, won't we, by 8 o'clock tomorrow? Sure, I prefer a deal, and what's the goal of the deal is to make sure Iran cannot be the largest state sponsor of terrorism like they were for 47 years. They can't have a missile program that can affect Europe or the United States, and they forever will be denied a nuclear weapons capability. The Strait of Hormuz not only has to be open, it can never be controlled again by Iran. Already 60% uranium has to be taken out of Iran. There can't be one ounce of this 60% red uranium left in Iran. That would be a bad outcome. They could make a dirty bomb or one day enrich to 90%. So my goal is to get it right. I prefer diplomacy, but if we have to use military force, we're going to do it. The one thing Trump has tried to do is get it right. Everybody else talked about it, but nobody did a damn thing. Trump has done it right. Their military has been obliterated. The goals of no nukes, no missiles, no state sponsor of terrorism were inside the 10-yard line. As to the Strait of Hormuz, right now they're charging ships, the IRGC, the Iranians, to go through the straits, and they're taking the yuan, not the dollar. One threat of this whole debacle is if we start allowing the Chinese currency to be traded in oil, that will hurt the dollar. In 1974, every barrel of oil sold and traded in the world was traded in dollars. So what are the Iranians trying to do? They're trying to change the currency from the dollar to a Chinese yuan, and that's an attack on the dollar. That needs to end too. So I'm very optimistic that President Trump's going to bring this regime to an end one way or the other. I prefer diplomacy. But this time tomorrow night, the world and the region, and for Iran itself, or we're going to blow them up. It seems to me that the things that you're focused on and I'm focused on, the Strait of Hormuz must remain open. It can never be closed. And really, the enriched uranium, which I believe was the predicate for the president to go in, when those negotiations with Jared Kushner and Witkoff on the convoy failed, because they thought it was there in the inalienable right to have nuclear weapons. Okay, now, this is not our first rodeo in taking enriched uranium. We did the same thing.
Hello, When I lost Carlos and Maria, there was no one person I could blame for it. I thought that would make it easier. I'm not so sure.
We need to get our hands on that. They need to give it to us, or we need to take it. That's the Strait of Hormuz. When this is over, if they have the ability to control the straits in the future, I think the world will fail, and I don't think Trump's going to let that happen. So, again, the idea that they control the straits in the future has got to be off the table. The idea that they can come back as the largest state sponsor of terrorism has to be off the table. If they can never have a nuke, they can never make missiles to threaten us in the region, has to be off the table. I prefer diplomacy, but if they don't do that, how many times do you have to be told by Trump, I'm going to do something to you, and he actually does it before you believe it? So this is a defining moment in the history of the Mideast. This is a defining moment for the president. We can't slip this again. Now, the fourth and fifth string, you're not on the team unless you're a nut job. I don't care what string you're playing on. You're not in a leadership role in Iran unless you bind to the radical ideology. Don't be fooled by who you're dealing with. You're dealing with people that would use a nuclear weapon if they could get it, and they were trying to get it. They've been cheating for years, and God bless Donald Trump for stopping them from having a breakout so they could build 8 or 10 nuclear bombs, and one day they would have used them. So God bless President Trump. God bless that security. But this is a defining moment. This time tomorrow night, we're going to have one of two scenarios. Capitulation of their desire to win terror on the world through diplomacy, or we're going to have a massive military attack destroying this regime's capability to ever wage war again. All right, Senator Lindsey Graham, thank you. And when we come back, Secretary of State Marco Rubio dropping the hammer, announcing he has revoked the legal status of 2 of General Soleimani's close relatives. What the hell were they doing here in the first place? We have those details when we come back.
Give the world what you want to receive.
Morgan is more. Call 800-602-4300. Call now.
I still can't believe this is home.
And you know me, I don't think I visited their lab and I was impressed. I saw how leak filters engineered to keep debris out of the gutters and water flowing, helping prevent toxic damage. All backed by leak filters fog-free guarantee.
I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return.
877-77-HOME or visit refilter.com/home.
For the last 8 years, I've been in bed. After taking Relief Factor, after 2 weeks, when I woke up in the morning, I opened and closed my hands, stand on my feet without them killing me. The pain just subsided.
If pain is affecting your life, see how Relief Factor can help you fight back. 100% drug-free. Relief Factor doesn't mask pain. It helps eliminate it. Call or go online. Use your 3-week quick start. Only $19.95.
I I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return.
10 minutes, you have been covered. Would like to check your price today at ethos.com.
Slotomania, the new presents the iconic Betty Boop, featuring 2 new amazing Betty Boop slots. Exciting bonus games. And grand jackpot. Adding to Slotomania's variety of
Still more to do. I could use some coffee.
This live Liberty and Levin? Now you can catch every episode the next day on Fox Nation. Never miss Mark's Inside again. Streaming
Relationship between the FBI director and the president has always been complicated.
Sometimes they're in moments of collaboration, at other times the FBI is investigating the president.
I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return.
You know, the president destroy the evidence. No one is above the law in the FBI's eyes.
Runners will do anything to cut through the wings. Why? When you can go fast the easy way. Skechers Aeroburst. High performance running shoes designed to cut through the wings with unbelievable speed. Plus, they're ultra lightweight and feature Goodyear rubber. Go fast in Skechers Aeroburst. New Skechers Aeroburst. Running shoes that push the laws of aerodynamics. It all starts with Skechers Aeroburst technology. Supercritical foam that gives Aeroburst
Help me through this.
plus a carbon-infused H-weight that returns more energy. Skechers Aeroburst. Bogey now comes in a pill. Ask your prescriber about the Bogey. Now in a pill. Bogey.com. How to use and start safe.
High security
Now.
package.
And breaking news over the weekend, Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced on X that he terminated the legal status of former general, now dead, Soleimani's niece and her daughter, saying that they have been living lavishly in the U.S., but are now in ICE custody, while adding that she is an outspoken supporter of the Iranian regime, celebrating the attacks on Americans while referring to the U.S. as the, quote, great Satan. And here with much more is our very own Christina Coleman with us. Christina, interesting. I saw these pictures and I'm thinking, well, what would happen if they were dressing like that in Iran?
Exactly. Would not go over well. I can tell you that much time. Trump administration officials say they will not allow our country to have a home for foreign nationals who support anti-American terrorist regime. Here's what happened. Iranian Revolutionary Guard Major General Qasem Soleimani was killed in a U.S. airstrike during President Trump's first term, but federal officials still on high alert, rightfully so. And as it turns out, Soleimani's niece, Hamadeh Soleimani Afshar, administration not okay with that. DHS says the two were arrested in L.A. on Friday and are now in ICE custody after State Secretary Marco Rubio revoked their green cards. The State Department said Soleimani's niece, Afshar, quote, promoted Iranian regime propaganda, celebrated attacks against American soldiers and military facilities in the Middle East, praised the new Iranian supreme leader, and denounced America as the great Satan. The State Department said she enjoyed a lavish lifestyle in LA, as you can see by those pictures, while pushing propaganda for Iran's terrorist regime. They say her daughter entered the U.S. back in July of 2015 on a TN visa, eventually became a green card holder in 2023. Well, she's not any longer. Rubio says the two are now in ICE custody, pending removal from this country, and as her husband is barred now from entering the U.S. Sean?
All right, Christina Coleman, thank you for that report. Now, this move highlights a jarring contradiction. While this woman enjoyed this lavish, unrestricted lifestyle right here in the USA, she remained tied to a regime that denies those very same freedoms to women in Iran. Here with more, podcast host Katie Miller and Israel's first special anti-Semitism, Noah Tishby is with us. All right, Katie, I think you're laughing. I
find it pretty amazing, pretty lavish lifestyle. I don't know if that the attire that she has chosen is quite compatible with the values of the Iranian leadership, and one has to wonder how she would be treated if she dressed that way when she goes back home.
I asked just a few moments ago, what is the penalty for not wearing the hijab in Iran? And it's 74 lashes plus a pretty hefty fine. And that doesn't even account for the fact that she looks half naked in all of her photos, which I'm sure would be subject to stoning in Iran. But that's not to say here that President Trump has done a tremendous job evicting those from our country who chant death to America, just like he's done on college campuses. But if you look across the pond at the UK and look what Keir Starmer has in his own country, you look at the nephew of Khomeini, you look at the niece of Rouhani, and you say, why are there so many elites from the Iranian regime being given safety not only here in America, but in European countries for so long? I know that President Trump and Secretary Rubio are working so diligently to revoke the visas of nearly 3,000 to 4,000 Iranian elites who currently live in this country. The double standard not only in their wardrobe, but in the fact that they get to live here in the greatest country in the world with safety and prosperity. Man, you couldn't make it up, Sean, if you tried. I'm so glad to see President Trump and Secretary Rubio taking this action.
Neville Chamberlain Starmer, that's how we affectionately refer to him on the program, Katie. Noel, let me ask you, when you think of what they have said, calling America the great Satan, but living a life of luxury here, obviously dressing in a very Western fashion, I think the perfect remedy to this would be to send them back to Iran. Thoughts?
Well, absolutely. Look, I am an immigrant to this extraordinary country, and when you go through the process of receiving your citizenship, which is a huge privilege, you get asked if you have ever been a member of a terrorist group or a terrorist organization. The answer needs to be unequivocally no. If you are a member of the Islamic Republic of Iran, the Islamic Republic of Iran is the largest state sponsor of terrorism around the world, and they're behind some of the worst terrorist organizations around the world, Hamas, Hezbollah, and many, many, many more. If you have any ties to that regime, you should certainly not be allowed in this country. You know, she's not acting like a refugee. She was fraudulent. She's asking for asylum from our government. She is acting exploiting our freedoms. She should not be allowed to be in this country, and anybody else who has the same ties to the Islamic Republic of Iran should be deported 100%. You celebrate the death of our brave soldiers. Absolutely unacceptable, and if Anna's an immigrant to this country, I am appalled by this.
Yeah, but isn't this the reason unfettered illegal immigration without assimilation is nearly 100 Syrians born in Great Britain, no-go zones in other parts of Europe? No?
Yes, absolutely. Assimilation is very important. You know, the moment that I became an American citizen was one of the most moving moments of my life. And it was very clear that you have a set of rules that you decide to become an American citizen, have this privilege, then you have to play by these rules. If you don't, you're out.
Last word, Katie.
I'm so excited to see the end of what is unfettered illegal immigration in this country, because you can see that when we have open borders and when you apply for asylum, and it is not true asylum, what you saw in this case, it should be ended. President Trump here is doing the right thing.
As is the Secretary of State. Thank you both. Noah, thank you. Katie, thank you. And coming up tonight, Democrats playing political games with your taxes and the midterm. Spoiler alert, the taxes are not going down if Democrats take power, even though they'll say the opposite. Also, a surprise poll for Republicans. We'll get analysis from our very own Charles Payne. Vivek Ramaswamy, straight ahead.
Slay your opponents. Take their crest.
Turns out the big fish right here create new lifetime memories from the backyard. No passport, no road trip. We installed in heat. A good we never right in that
Here's an amazing fact. 75% 70 million Americans lie awake every night. Their health is deteriorating every week. This is nationwide. Sleep is the foundation of our life. Without it, number one, changing lives. Pretty much. I tried and now I'm a believer. What makes me lasting?
Motherfucker.
There is no insurance for no service. The service is provided at no cost. You are heavily known
Strong start. Fight on.
Both bags.
My friend Charles Payne, another friend, Republican candidate for governor of the great state of Ohio, the Buckeye State debate on the phone. But you can't go to the left.
Hold strong, and this battle is yours. That's the thing. And when I was a front, you know, politics, there's a lot of runway between now and November in terms of, you know, kicking in all the policies that the president has put in place, all the foundational pieces he put together. Granted, we have a blended energy crisis, but this could be all over tomorrow. Finish them. 1 minute. You have this. 30 seconds stand between you and victory. Sound tactics bring victory. Warlocks, hunters, and titans all have crests. And you take them just the same. Good.
There's already evidence of it, and I think it should pick back up. And manufacturing accelerated to its fastest pace in 4 years. That is, you know, however many trillions in committed investment money the president brought in, that's not even made it to the economic bloodstream yet.
Look, I think there's also even added trends that I'd point out, Sean. The trend towards manufacturing, embracing the toolkit of the future rather than rejecting it. And I think it's actually going to be the enhancement as we enter the AI era, as we enter advanced manufacturing. You know, we're going to see an American revival of a kind that we deserve to see, and are going to
lift up the people of this country economically. That's what we're running on as Republicans, and I'm confident we're going to deliver.
Right, Vivek Ramaswamy, Charles Payne, Susie Balls coming out. President Trump hilariously saying Joe Biden at the White House egg roll earlier today. Plus, wait until you see the snub Democrats gave Joe on Easter Sunday. Very sad.
Multiple spots like here, here, or here. Salon Pass patches. Stick firmly and remove comfortably once your pain is gone. Salon Pass. It's good medicine.
Behind this curtain is an outdated bath and shower. Imagine transforming this eyesore into a beautiful jacuzzi bath remodel in as little as one day.
Are there a lot of design options?
Yes, jacuzzi has stylish shower walls, designer colors, and premium features like soft closed doors.
Call right now and Jacuzzi will waive installation costs with no interest and no payments for up to a year.
Just step right into your easy entry shower by Jacuzzi. We have durable grab bars, grab shelves.
This is a great safety feature. I love this. It's really beautiful. The quality of it, I'm blown away.
Best of all, it's from Jacuzzi, the most trusted name in water for over 70 years.
Call or go online now to jacuzzibathremodel.com. We're waiving all installation costs, plus 0 interest and 0 payments for up to 1 year. Go to jacuzzibathremodel.com or call 800-784-1066. We see cases where families lose everything in fires. Too often, victims believe it was their fault, when in reality, the fire happened because a smoke detector failed or a landlord cut corners. Morgan & Morgan has recovered over $25 billion across all types of cases. With more than 1,000 lawyers, we're here 24/7. You or someone you love was hurt or burned in a fire. Call Morgan & Morgan. Call 800-602-4300. Call now.
When I get to know somebody, you gotta let those walls down a little bit. The girls are definitely bringing the energy.
What's number one supplier? Premieres Tuesday, April 21st on Fox.
You touch the snake, you got the pride of a mom in your eye. Giddy up. Trump's deadline for Iran.
The clock's ticking.
Amid ongoing ceasefire negotiations, insight on mounting pressure facing Iranian leaders. Tomorrow on Prime Time.
Inside Extra Voice. We're some 98 degrees with Motown. This is a scam. We're getting scammed. Where the hell is that movie? Never gonna that man did. He was very predatory. But I just thought about showing off that about me. You have no idea, nor will you ever know.
Boyfriend Confidential. 2 nights, starting only at 9 on ITV.
I've been angry at my family for what they did.
When it comes to relationships, I don't think any of us really know what the hell we're doing.
I was really sorry to put you through that.
I don't take no credit.
Can you turn your mic off?
Welcome to Plathville. New season, tonight at 10.
This is the 2026
Skechers Aeroburst. Running shoes that push the walls of air and ideas. It all starts with Skechers Superburst technology. That returns more energy. Skechers Aeroburst.
Hi, time for the news. It is no secret the Democratic Party has been trying to brush Joe Biden's presidency under the rug, but they even blatantly left Joe out of their Easter post on X this weekend. Democrats posted a picture of Barack Obama and the Easter Bunny writing, quote, "Better times at the White House." President Trump, on the other hand, he gave
Joe Biden a shout-out at the White House egg roll earlier today, trolling his use of the auto pass. Take a listen.
Defeat your opponent, then take their crest.
He takes the pamphlet, hands it to his guys, Judge Ratcliffe, the Federalist election correspondent Brianna Lyman. All right, I think it's funny as hell. Now, people get concerned about the walls of the and against the and the media, he's been doing this 11 years, and they follow a clear like it does inspire the imagination, and I love that they made this trip. I look forward to one day maybe landing on Mars and going as far as on Mars.
Elon Musk would probably say the same thing about Mars. So I think instances, and that's what can justify spending a lot of money on space. But it's American. If you spend money on space corporate, it's worth it. Right? When we stay here in March, all the money and power, and down
not one tractor's been late, and what's worse, that's nearly 4 times the price tag originally presented. In 2008, the earliest projected only to be 2053.
I've seen enough. I'm calling this one. Rise from this loss and fight again. You can accept this loss, or you can fight again and reclaim your glory.
Yes, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, this is mismanagement and waste and abuse and maybe even fraud somewhere in there, I'm sure. And this is a feature of Democrat leadership, not a bug. People should remember that.
The no-show governor, Gavin Newsom. Go back to podcasting. All right, Brianna, thank you. The next episode of my podcast drops tomorrow, or preview next.
There's the measurement fee, delivery fee, restocking fee, and installation. That's not my department. With Empire's Home Floor Advantage, we have clear ownership. 800-588-2300. And now here's Chris Cunahan with the Leaf Filter Gutter Report and what changing weather conditions can mean for your home. Chris?
Our patented leak filter technology keeps your gutters clog-free year-round. No matter where you live, no matter the climate. Locally trained professionals will clean, repair, and install the Leak Filter Gutter Protection System. Leak Filter guarantees clog-free gutters for the life of your home. Schedule your free inspection today. Call 833-LEAK-FILTER or visit leakfilter.com. Here's an amazing fact. 70 million Americans lie awake every night to help deteriorate every sleepless hour. This is well, I don't just recommend relaxing sleep. I depend on it. Relaxing sleep is America's #1 doctor development, changing lives, including mine.
As a clinical neurologist, I know how essential sleep is for building and nourishing both your mental and physical health. After years of research, I developed relaxing sleep to help my patients fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up refreshed.
My good friend Michael insisted I try relaxing and sleep, and now I'm a believer. What makes relaxing? Well, created by a leading company, USA, Take a night. Starting with
for nearly 2 decades now, CM Sleep has been changing millions of lives. If you're experiencing sleepless nights or tossing and turning, you need CM Sleep.
So why are you still suffering? Pick up the phone.
Underway.
Except another sleep. Folks are trying to make America sleep again. So please call now. Find a risk-free bottle of relaxing sleep your whole life. Phone call. Bill O'Reilly is so confident that relaxing sleep will work for you. He has to give away $1,000 today. Get your risk-free bottle of relaxing sleep now.
Thank you. Thank you.
251-1717. That's tryrelaxing.com or call 800-251-1717.
Dad, never been better for me. Never broke it. And the last step. What life is about. Defense.com. 10 minutes. You can be covered. Your life.
Check your price today.
Well, I'm back. I entered very fast. So I've worked for about a year. I heard about Relief Bank with my wife. I took it every day, 3 times a day. 3 weeks. I looked at her and I said, the pain is gone. I said,
I'm glad you're still with me, Carlos.
gone.
You too, Maria.
Is a daily supplement that doesn't just match. Or go online now for our 3-week quick start, just $19.95.
Here is what we know in this hour. Discover every development live on American Reports. Trusted insider analysis.
There is a lot at stake.
A new episode of my podcast,
Give
Hanging Out with
them
Dave, shall
what you
candidates
want
on
to
tomorrow
receive.
morning, featuring the one and only former Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin, who said he's not climb down the politics. Here's what he did. I
She said she wanted to express herself, so
The 1 year
I gave her a
campaign,
thumbs up.
4 years of running, so 5 years went by in 5 seconds. It was amazing. Every morning I woke up literally bounding out of bed, ready to roll. And that was the most purposeful I've ever felt in my whole life. Ever felt in my whole life. Been in office for 6 weeks. Took Suzanne on vacation, which she so deserves. She's been amazing. She's one of the best first ladies in America. But 6 weeks has felt like I mean, it is just chomping at the bit. And so,
You have a good relationship with Tom. Have you talked about maybe going?
So when he and I talked about
Biological materials.
was me finishing. And I always deeply respected him because he believed that when I told him I needed to finish, that I was committed to it and he was do it. And so that was one of those moments where he reminds us.
Eververse trades in goods we feel enhance a Guardian's journey.
Paul and his wife had a condition before she would say yes to marrying him. That podcast drops tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern. Check it out, YouTube, Spotify. Don't forget to click the button and subscribe. All the time we have
Wait.
You never, ever miss an episode of Hannity. In the meantime, let not your heart be troubled. Let's go.
I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return.
She said she wanted to express herself, so I gave her a thumbs up.
Darren, headset was extracted from Fox's brain. Of course, the rescue was pulled off by SEAL Team 6, which made SEAL Team 1 through 5 wondering, hey, did we do something at the holiday party? Seriously, which 1 through 5, anyway? On Sunday, Rosie O'Donnell posted a photo holding her new grandchild. The strange part, when they held a gender reveal party, it was for Rosie. NASA said Sunday that the toilet on the Artemis 2 rocket broke again, and the astronauts have resorted to going to the bathroom in bags. Been there, done that, said one man. Great time. Today was the annual Easter egg hunt on the White House lawn. Trump congratulated the winners and declared the other kids sad losers. He's right. Over the weekend, 45 people showed up in Washington Square Park for the Epstein Hillary Clinton was invited, but she left everyone hanging. Megan Rapinoe said the ban on trans competing against females in the Olympics is their way of whittling it down to
I never thought I'd live to see the darkness
She's
return.
right. One without a dick. Over the weekend, a toddler's hand got caught in a wolf's mouth at the Hershey Park Zoo while his parents were on their phones. The child is expected to recover and excel at basketball.
I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return.
Footage shows that Tiger Woods admitted to the cops
Eververse
that he was
trades in goods we feel enhance a Guardian's journey.
When asked how many, he replied, 4!
Dead orbit package, spare parts, leaking,
So let's go
oh
to
dear.
Trump and define.
You don't mind when the enemy is weak, but that enemy is strong. Not so strong like they were about a month ago. I can tell you if I went down there. Not too strong at all.
That's the war bunny. Comes out whenever we're talking about war. Don't with the war bunny. Anyway.
Give the world what you want to receive.
Shot down over Iran. Survived, injured, and alone. Hiding in the mountains for a day and a half. Living on the land without so much as a Netflix. Hundreds of miles from the nearest rival.
Eberverse isn't just a title.
So what do? We send in SEAL Team 6. We run a deception campaign against the enemy. He's already gone. We launch airstrikes on anyone getting to the world. Like when some of our get out, blow up.
I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return.
Eberverse isn't just a title. It's a promise.
Give the world what you want to receive.
Listen to former Tech
Eberverse trades in goods we feel enhance a Guardian's journey.
Could have changed from how the military used to operate under the last.
Give a little joy. Get a little joy.
Makes me wonder, have they ever really had to rescue anything? Like cities, minorities, children? Because that's their work, right? Yet look at them. All 911 send a social worker instead of they strand millions of travelers just to make a political point. They build women's locker rooms, bathrooms, prisons with more perverts than a strip club offering a free one-time buffet. If you gave a Democrat a choice between taking
Give a little joy. Get a little
Eberverse
joy.
isn't just a title. It's a promise.
Democrats allowed cities and criminal and legal aliens while ignoring the women who paid the price for it. And the last time they did try a rescue, it was illegal preying on women. Look at the military under Biden. For 4 years under Joe, they targeted words. Like what troops were saying and reading, as we needed to be rescued from them. They become strong, and so do real-world priorities. It's no longer promoting pronouns and protecting America. Hell, the Dems wouldn't even rescue us from one of their own, Joe Biden. They knew he was done and still kept him in charge. But perhaps the Dems never rescued anyone because it made no sense. After all, a man who ties a
I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return.
But this rescue offer reveals another difference. Here you have people who hope for the best and feel great relief when they get rescued. Then you have those who hope for the worst and feel nothing when it didn't go the way they preferred, which is driven by Trump. Their filter for everything. Look at what we don't know anything. Fill those gaps of uncertainty with hope. Look at what Trump done before, what our military is capable
She said
of.
she wanted to express herself, so I gave her a thumbs up.
But your baseline is derangement. What do you fill your uncertainty with? Hopeful pessimism. You needed to go wrong to support your hatred for Trump. Oh, they was like, oh, sure you win the battle, but you're losing the war. Even though they never met a war they couldn't lose, including the war on controlled top pantyhose. But then, what are the metrics of winning? If it's not battle, if it's fair enough. But so far, time has been on our side. And it's not all fun.
I'm glad you're still with me, Carlos. You too, Maria.
Fenchurch does the exploring. I make the deals.
Help me through this.
Eververse isn't just a title, it's a
To
promise.
convey the amount of prayers that were answered in that way. And Friday is good because Sunday is coming, and God is good. And that was an Easter miracle. What I loved also was Resurrected when he was talking about the debriefing, we're learning more about this, frankly, miraculous and incredible event. That he talked about the continued
Still
power
more to do.
and skill, the
I could
courage,
use some coffee.
obviously, by all of our service men and women, the CIA, agency, everyone. And it's and they flawlessly executed this super daring mission. He said, but none of that matters. And all of it goes out the window without the
She said
major
she wanted to
incident
express
that we
herself, so I gave her a thumbs up.
Package for Commander Zavala. Kind man.
of the military.
Give the world what you want to receive.
That when he said, we will be free, and we will leave no man behind, we can actually believe it.
I'm sure you've thought about this many times when you're alone in your tiny apartment.
Sure. Rhythmic physical expressions won't win a fight, but they feel good. And feeling good is better than not.
Because, like, they're watching City lead all these pictures and they're like, why'd you guys make us go? Damn it.
Don't forget plates. What was it?
Bad rattle. Very bad.
Yeah. Hold the elevator door. Thank goodness it was Trump who was in charge. From everything I read, it really seems like they got him just in time. And I mean, Biden barely made it to the toilet.
Sure. Rhythmic physical expressions won't win a fight, but they feel good. And feeling good is better than
They
not.
said it's SEAL Team 2. Yeah.
I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return.
And sometimes it is. That seems straight out of the movie.
No, it does. I mean, as it was happening, I was just imagining, I don't think it's possible to imagine the amount of bravery that it takes to go behind enemy lines to get so, I mean, it just, can anybody even imagine?
I'm glad you're still with me, Carlos. You too, Maria.
Eververse trades in goods we feel enhance a Guardian's journey.
I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return.
It's incredible and it's inspiring.
Eververse trades in goods we feel enhance a Guardian's journey.
Question that I just wrote down. Is bravery a sign of no fear, or is bravery have the same amount of years, but you keep anyway?
It's face.
Yeah.
We all say it's fight or flight.
Yeah.
And you just face it. But I think with, and I don't think anyone can honestly what Catherine said about the military. I don't even have to talk about who just killed it. And again, that was a comment. But I think we need to give some flowers here to President Trump, because that decision was his presidency. You understand if one
Eververse trades in goods we feel enhance a Guardian's journey.
would have been. If one of those pilots didn't get over there, they'd be screaming war crimes, they'd be screaming all. And today, he did the thing that this is, and they knew he didn't cheat. They knew it was his win, because all they could talk about was his language. Did you hear what he said? I heard what he said.
Eververse trades in goods we feel enhance a Guardian's journey.
Don't forget. Wait. What was it?
So I know when he's telling the truth and when he's supposed to be. All the questions we get all the time, and I'm going to quote the president, he said about 4 times today, which is, but to me, that he was willing to quit his entire career, his own team were like, the risk is more, it's too big of a risk. And he went with his gut, and that leadership, I've just said it a long time, that's the difference between being great and
Fenchurch does the exploring.
regardless of what it does
I make the
politically,
deals.
and that's a perfect example.
Yeah. When you're going to hear from the then liberal progressive as opposed to Joe Biden, but his saving effort, it's like he actually doesn't really give a He loves good polls, but he doesn't care if it works or not. Oh, well. That makes sense. Maria,
Carlos,
On that Morgan
help me through
our
this.
car steering wheel could be a ticking time bomb. At least 24 people have died and many more injured because their airbags fired shrapnel at them on the street. Tens of millions of cars have been recalled. If you suffered cuts that required stitches, hearing or vision loss, or broken bone, or if a loved one was killed in a crash involving a deployed airbag, please contact us today.
Sure.
Call
Rhythmic physical expressions won't win a fight, but they feel good. And feeling good is better than not.
I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return.
Did you say 12 o'clock? Okay. See you tomorrow at 12. I can't get it later on the phone. Let me show you something that will change your life. This is a good house. It allows you to see what a color is saying. Here, you can read what a color is saying. It's easy to understand. And respond to immediately. Sounds expensive.
I still can't believe this is home.
The service is provided at no cost through a federally managed program.
Eververse trades in goods we feel enhance a Guardian's journey.
This tower certainly smells different than the old one. Room 709. Room 709.
Most delightful and most charming show.
Come on, admit it.
Best bets. Watch anytime on Zoom.
Airplane is totally different than the airplane.
She said she wanted to express herself, so I gave her a thumbs up.
This tower certainly smells good. Books for the Titans. Too heavy.
Before you buy with this special offer. Get your complimentary bottle now. Check card. For 215, 215. Do it now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenix Neurozone Brain Supplement. Absolutely free. Tired of wasting your money on products that just don't work? That's why new Nugenix Total D2 lets you try before you buy. Just text to claim your complimentary.
Still more to do. I could use some coffee.
She said she wanted to express herself, so I gave her a thumbs up.
This tower certainly smells good.
Eververse isn't just a title, it's a promise.
The remnants of your pathetic dad life. I think you both know, Greg, that I've thought about this. Isn't this the whole problem with the downside that they always try to change the image and not the thing? Yes, like the $19 million could be used to actually change things, and then the image would change as a result of actually doing something. That said, they're still yeah. It's just so organized and so clean. It's almost like you went to the hairdresser and said, make my hair the opposite of California. Yeah. Video saying something in the world. Let's get to reality with this.
Trust me.
I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return.
But I need to call out.
Eververse isn't just a title, it's a promise.
Out of this administration for women. Elisa, the conservative women that sought candidates to align themselves with an agenda that kills women, restricting our rights, limiting our autonomy, pushing us back into the straight executive service event. This. It's a war on all women.
Didn't we see them into the misfits?
Well, you start to think about what it's like when you come home. Nobody doesn't want to. Answer noise that acknowledges that you heard something was said, but you don't want to engage with it.
Yes. I know that.
I mean,
Don't forget. Wait. What was it?
Eververse trades in goods we feel enhance a Guardian's journey.
With those two, I don't think that means anything about my great jacket of femininity, whatever that. I don't know what that is. Well, it doesn't make any sense. Maybe it's like, okay,
market of femininity sounds like something you buy off a trad white website. I'll take one of those. I want to show another clip of her talking about having her boys' dolls.
I've given our boys dolls. Even if
Package
they
for
tear
Warlock.
them out.
Stop floating.
I've
Bad
given
package.
dolls to learn that care and caregiving is not just an activity that's reserved for women, but that it's also an activity that is a responsibility. At the end of the day, we're all kind of like in this place in history maybe where we're recognizing what it is to ultimately deconstruct all this gender roles.
Rhythmic physical expressions won't win a fight, but they feel good. And feeling good is better than not.
Psychopath children ripping off the heads of toys.
Excess radiation. Quarantine it. Don't forget. Wait. What was it?
There's no trying to teach them that playing with a doll.
Sure. Rhythmic physical expressions won't win a fight, but they feel good. And feeling good is better than not.
It's important they know more about caregiving when they're two. Yeah, she just says stuff. You know, I wish the reporter
This tower certainly smells different.
$19 million? We get some nice ladders for that damn bridge you never finished for the butterflies and the pumas.
Emily, you have a panoply of options to discuss. Choose one and make it sense.
All right. Well, I feel like, first of all, I've never met someone ever who actually talks like that in real life. Like, if it's a character created from Hollywood, is the epitome of a Los Angeles character. The kind of character where in the movie you just love to get.
Still hot. I could use some coffee.
Vanilla, basic, boring, blonde, typical, forgettable, Ohio style shit ever, who just happens to marry his second wife, someone that ended up becoming the governor. So, all of them are doing. So I freaking out of her is
Sure. Rhythmic physical expressions won't win a fight, but they feel good.
You too,
Feeling
Maria.
good is better than not.
So the biggest patriarch of them all, the biggest white man that is speaking for every person of color and every other woman and everything who won't get out of the way for someone else, is that it's husband. He's not giving $19 million to us to clean up his image. In the Civil War or like Victorian times or whatever the series were, it would be like a gangrenous leg and they would like dab perfume on it.
I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return.
Evervax isn't just a title, it's a promise.
I still can't believe this is home.
So come
celebrate spring savings at Harbor Freight. This weekend, get unbeatable deals at Harbor Freight Spring Black Friday.
Thanks to our sun-saver retractable awning, you can select full sun or instant shade. $350 discount for your free awning night gift kit. You get your sunset for as little as $1,200. But this is a limited time offer. Call now for this free awning night gift kit. With free awning plus get this $350 discount certificate that will bring you your manual sunsetter for less than $1,200. There are so many incredible styles to choose from. Get a custom-built awning without the custom-built price. Turn your patio into an instant oasis. Add LED lighting for evening enjoyment. Call now for your free awning night gift kit with local dealer info and free.
I still can't believe this is home.
Blacksmithing dates back century, and inspired by centuries of Japanese knife-making excellence comes the Matsuto knife. Matsuto is one knife for everyday cuts. Matsuto delivers performance that challenges your intensity. Because when it's time to cut,
And the sauce not it's cutting my chicken like that. It's easy to precise, not hard to use, it's easy to clean, I just love the way it feels.
the Matsuto knife is the fusion of traditional artistry and cutting-edge design. Metal, cardboard,
Broken.
the edge, a razor-thin 15 degrees for remarkable sharpness. The handle, ergonomically shaped piece wood, and the trigger, an advanced technique that will ice harden you through vacuum tempering. It helps it stay sharp up to 2 times longer. Trust me when I say, every home cook, chef, or man needs a Matsuto knife. All you have to do is order now.
Eververse Trades in Cold Springfield enhance a Guardian's journey.
You need to order right now. Matsuto. The one night, everyday cut. Order yours now.
Bad rattle. Very bad.
Monitoring all channels. Stay
Alrighty. So we do it safe stuff. You're gonna love your signature shower. A lot.
Signature showers by Safe Step combine serious comfort and custom style for a superior shower experience, no matter your excuse.
Broken.
For me, one of the really important personal perspectives that I have here is I can really see Earth as one thing. And when I read the Bible and I look at all of the amazing things that were done for us who were created, it's you have this amazing place, this spaceship. You guys are talking to us because we're in a spaceship really far from Earth, but you're on a spaceship called Earth that was created.
I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return.
I think as we go into Easter Sunday thinking about...
She said she wanted to express herself.
Give the world what you want to receive. High security package.
I think it's something that is important for all of us to remember, that we all have to work together. I think that as divided people think that we are, I think if you go out there and you actually meet people and get off of the internet where everyone's yelling at everybody, and you go out and as I do travel the country and you actually talk to people, you go out to eat with each other, and those are the people who talk about
I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return. Give the world what you want to receive.
Yeah. Fun of that. There's no jokes there. Yeah. You try it, I think on the audience. Like, it won't be go around and so in the future. You know what? You already used all your not working. So other than us all sitting around and just taking a moment of silence. You know what this is about? This is about joining the America's like we don't you think, oh, why are we going around there? What are we doing? No, this is because we're going to ship all of our manufacturing to the moon because the shipping is it is. It's actually, according to Elon Musk, cheaper to ship something from the moon, the minerals or the metals, than it is to transport it by sea or by road. So this is like, we're basically making that our 51st state. Oh.
85530 CTX to the Autumn Gate. HB30 to cover CNT7's route. I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return.
Eververse trades in goods we feel enhance a Guardian's journey.
Obviously, a person that makes, but when it seems to me that the person, things like physicians and scientists who proclaim their faith, for some reason they're being modern. And so I love that there's an astronaut that is seeing the world from afar and is in the middle of the galaxy and is seeing God's sovereign creation and saying, yes, I believe, and yes, this is his creation. I'm hoping that people who don't believe that will take his word for it and maybe...
Don't forget. Wait. What was it?
This astronaut, as Dad said, he's smart, everything you're about. Honestly, when I saw this, I felt like I was away from here. With the lights off, I thought it was a beautiful message, but I will say, if you watch that clip again, you can see all the other astronauts going. I'm also 200,000 miles away from my friends.
Eververse isn't just a title, it's a promise.
Give the world what you want to receive. High security package.
Eververse isn't just a title, it's a promise.
Let's look at a beautiful segment that we marred with scatological nonsense. Coming up, facts.
We're ready to help. Consumer Cellular gives you the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage for up to half of the cost of paid wireless and the best customer service in the business.
Call now and get your second month free. Promo code free.
I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return.
Loves wearing princess dresses almost every day. Very young, Irish, it was really hard to see our sunny, bright little girl hurting. St. Jude just alive. So many kids. And so even though her prognosis is still clear,
Eververse isn't just a title, it's a promise.
Your system may be faulty. Suggest diagnostic to check for any compromised information.
Give the world what you want to receive. Dead orbit package. Spare parts. Leaking. Oh dear. Room 709. Room 709. I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return.
She said she wanted to express herself, so I gave her a thumbs up.
Still more to do. I could use some coffee.
Easy to care for, won't stain or crack, and never require costly resurfacing. And with flexible financing options, your dream is within reach. And with our crystal finish, you can bring your favorite exotic watercolor and shimmer right to your own backyard. It's never too early to start planning for a lifetime of memories. Visit LathamPool.com now. Latham is a proud sponsor of USA Artistic Swimming.
Can your pad absorb everything and stay fresh? Always Flex Foam can. It's the only pad made with a flexible foam core that locks in blood and sweat while the top stays dry, keeping you up to 100% leak and odor-free. See what foam can do for you.
When your home needs work, where do you go?
Angie?
That's where Angie came in.
With Angie, find top-rated pros in your area, plus compare quotes and pricing to help you get all your jobs done.
What you trust, find the ones you trust. Star power and horsepower. All gas, no brake. Week in and week out. This is the NASCAR Cup Series.
Fat Jags lead to divorce. Tyrus, a new study out of the UK shows the fat shot, a.k.a. Ozempic,
Alicia quote divorce boom as slimmed down partners look for new love. I look at this and I go, is this like independent of the fat shot that like when sometimes people go to the gym, they lose weight?
No, it's different, and I'm cutting you off because it's different because you're, and there's no disrespect. I think if you have, it's better to be skinny and a jerk than I guess to be fat and happy. But when you do the shot, the medicine's doing the work.
Yeah.
So you're not changing your behavior. So the compulsive behavior that you had for food is now gone, and all of a sudden you have this false sense of success. And the first thing that unfortunately a lot of people do who aren't doing the actual work, again, not throwing a shot at the shot, but throwing a shot at the shot. They don't actually get better. They're just skinnier, and now it moves on to other things. And now they think, oh, now I'm this, and there's this sense of arrogance. It happens a lot. You got to do the work.
Yeah, you got to do the work, Jamie. You keep yourself in pretty good shape. Enables you to snag another lady, trick her into marrying you until she finds out what horrible decision she made. Do you buy this research?
I just feel so bad. Can you imagine you finally want to have sex with your wife and she leaves? And she leaves all her clothes. By the way, the fat shot's also what they call it on The View when they do a close-up.
Emily, you know this, it cuts out cravings. It could be, it affects the dopamine part of your brain, and that could just dull all the excitement in your life. So you don't like food, you don't like to drink, you might not like the person you're with.
That makes sense. I mean, restaurateurs have been reporting and alcohol distributors have been reporting that all of their sales are down and consumption is down, that people are just intaking less of everything. I think we see often this sort of complacency where people get into relationships and then they stop, they just let everything go.
Oh, yeah.
So I could see that if, and the article is that if they both get the fat shot and then they both decide to leave or whatever, that yeah, maybe it creates the inertia and they see in the other one, they're like, I don't want to be with you. You don't have what I need or want anymore. However, it goes back to your point, which is like, what are they talking about? It's not as if they're in the gym. It's not as if they're working out and being like, I could see that more where it was like, you're not with me as I want to improve myself, so I have to move on to better myself. Instead, it's just like we're both shooting each other in the abdomen.
I mean, part of the thing, shut up.
It's like an arrogance. It's like you got away with something. You lost the way. You're like,
No, but you know what? It's like in the, what's the vow for rich or poor, sickness and health that we add, and in case you lose
fat or skinny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not part of the vow. I think there's a fat loophole.
There is a fat loophole.
Oh, you mean they started with, I thought this was getting fat after and then getting skinny.
You know, Emily, I didn't get it.
And Greg, neither did she.
Or she wouldn't ask that question.
She forgot what my point was. She said it's Cyrus's point.
Have you decided to try Ozempic?
Yeah, so I think if I were to try Ozempic, I would not leave my husband because I don't think I would be able to walk.
We couldn't find you, but you're looking at
a pile of bones, a wilted pile of bones on the floor, and he would come water me.
Yes, that'd be a fun experiment.
Sure. I don't know.
Watch
Depends on your definition of fun.
Yes. Terrible. All right, up next, gassy guys and gals.
My son, he's the light of our lives. He's got these adorable dimples, and he has Joubert syndrome. He's nonverbal. He can't talk to us. Wells will need lifelong care. Easter Seals is giving our son the best hope for a future.
If Wells missed even one day of therapy, he would progress. Early intervention is so crucial for kids like Wells.
Easter Seals offers urgently needed disability services that can change a life.
see how much Nolan has to work to make every little milestone. Easter seals walk that journey with you and really understand what you're going through.
Call, go online, or scan the QR code on your screen with your gift of just $19 a month, and we'll send you this t-shirt as a thank you.
My daughter Nancy has Down syndrome. She's 10 years old. Speech therapy, physical therapy. It's just such a relief that there's people out there willing to help Nancy.
If you donate toward Easter seals, you are an absolute godsend. Because in the beginning, that's probably the most helpless I've ever felt as a mother.
Call, go online, or scan the QR code with your gift of just $19 a month.
That small little money that you donate, it really does make a difference.
Call 1-888-887-0079. Visit helpeasterseals.com or scan now to change a life forever. Do anything to cut through the weight. Why? When you can go fast the easy way. Skechers Aeroburst. High-performance running shoes designed to cut through the weight with unbelievable speed. Plus, they're ultra-lightweight and feature Goodyear rubber. Go fast in Skechers Aeroburst. New Skechers Aeroburst. Running shoes that push the laws of aerodynamics. It all starts with Skechers Superburst technology. Supercritical foam that gives Aeroburst unbelievable response and propulsion. Plus, a carbon-infused H-plate that returns more energy. Skechers Aeroburst. In just 3 hours, feel leaner, stronger, and ready for anything. With more energy and drive, get your complimentary bottle by texting HARD to 215-215. Thanks.
It'll make you feel like a new man. And by the way,
She'll like it too.
You can only try before you buy with this special offer. Get your complimentary bottle now. Text HARD to 215-215. Do it now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenix Neurozone Brain Supplement absolutely free. Tired of wasting your money on products that just don't work? That's why new Nugenix Total T2 lets you try before you buy. Just text to claim your complimentary sample. Nugenix Total T2 is the next generation testosterone booster that sends nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours. Feel leaner, stronger, and ready for anything. With more energy and drive, prove it to yourself. Text HARD to 215-215. Do it now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenix Neurozone Brain Supplement absolutely free.
Technology. Software. Hard data. Let's experiment, honey, in the science corner.
Scientists all around the world gathered in Geneva this weekend to ask who has the worst flatulence, men or women. The nerds say it's a tie. Emily, here's why it's a tie. Apparently, women's flatulence has a greater intensity, odor-wise, but men produce a larger volume per fart, and the ability to smell it is more dependent on volume, not on concentration.
Oh my God, I'm really gross. First of all, I know that this entire thing is false.
Yeah.
Here's why.
Yeah.
Women don't fart.
Yeah. Which raises the question, if you hold in a fart, where does it go?
it comes out of their feelings, Greg.
It goes to Little Fart Heaven. Jamie, you feel like you're holding one back.
Yeah, I'll let Token punch with a pistol.
I read about this in Unpopular Science. And this is I don't like art stuff, and they spent all this. Finally, though, they took a break from studying cancer and do something important like this, you know. And I don't like fart and poop stuff. I really don't. To the point where I actually was in a hotel room once, and I just met my wife, and I would tell her I was going to the gym to do pull-ups, and I was using the bathroom. And on the way out of the hotel, we were leaving, and she goes, "Show me the fitness room." And the front desk lady goes, "Oh, we don't have a fitness room." And she found out I was not doing pull-ups, I was doing some push-ups. And
Well done, my friend. Well done. You know, Kat, scientists which eases the sound, while men just let it rip. There's no question in there.
I think I have the answer to this.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if I should say it.
Go ahead.
I think this study, I think it's true if it's adjusting for pregnancy. Because, like, the first 3 months of my pregnancy, I thought about getting another apartment.
Yeah.
Everyone talks about morning sickness as if that's your biggest problem.
Well, you know what it is.
Don't make that face, Emily. Having a child is a beautiful thing. But it is also sneaky sometimes.
But you know what it is? You're partying for two.
It goes away, but the first 3 months I was like, nobody told me about this because because girls don't fart, right? And I was like, what is happening to me? I was like, do I need to get an Airbnb to save my marriage?
You know, Cyrus, don't you think that flatulence could be an untapped energy source?
Coming from women, yeah. That's the biggest. It's always, I hate because, Emily, I don't know what the vulgar think about you lying on national television, but because what it is, and this isn't a study, we all know women are 10 times worse because they hold it, they marinate it all day, and they wait for you to get in bed for a Netflix 2-hour documentary, and you're trying to relax, and the next thing you know, a gas hand wrapped around your throat chokes the life out of you. I'm going to look at you and be like, what?
Get new floors during Empire Today's gigantic 75% off sale. That's carpet, hardwood, tile, and vinyl. 75% off. Schedule now.
What a hotel, right? And only $250 a night for my favorite flight. What? You didn't check Trivago. Got mine for $155. You have to check Trivago. Oh yeah? Prove it.
On Trivago, you can compare hotel prices from multiple different sites, even if you pick one. Look, same hotel, $100 less. You didn't check Trivago?
I didn't check Trivago.
Check Trivago to compare prices and save up to 40%. Hotel? Trivago.
Blacksmithing dates back centuries, and inspired by centuries of Japanese knife-making excellence comes the Matsuto knife. From kitchen to campfire, Matsuto is one knife for everyday cuts. Matsuto delivers performance that challenges conventional kitchen knife standards, because when it's time to cut, you shouldn't compromise.
With the Masato knife, it's cutting my chicken like butter. It actually just glides. It's not hard to use. It's easy to clean. I just love the way it feels.
The Matsuto knife is the fusion of traditional artistry and cutting-edge design. The metal, Hikari 14, a high-carbon metal designed for everyday use. The edge, a razor-thin 15 degrees for remarkable sharpness. The handle, an ergonomically shaped beech wood. And the treatment, an advanced technique of ice hardening and vacuum tempering that helps it stay sharp up to 2 times longer. Trust me when I say, every home cook, chef, grill master, or outdoorsman needs a Matsuto knife. All you have to do is order now.
A good chef's knife can easily cost hundreds of dollars. And as a special TV offer, get up to 70% off the Matsuto knife when you order now. Plus, you'll also receive a 60-day money-back guarantee and our exclusive warranty. Call or scan the QR code on screen right now.
The Matsuto knife isn't just a knife, it's part of a story. Take it camping, hunting, tailgating, or wherever adventure calls. Heavy proteins? No problem. Prepping vegetables? Too easy. The Matsuto knife does it all.
Not only do you get a beautiful knife with sharp features, the price is perfect for life. Not just one knife, but 2 or 3.
If you want a Matsuto knife, and you know you do, you need to order right now. Matsuto. For one knife for everyday cuts. Order yours now.
The Matsuto knife is made for those who cook with purpose. Order today and get up to 70% off and our 60-day money-back guarantee. And as a special limited-time TV offer, you'll also receive this free recipe book. Matsuto, one knife for everyday cuts. Visit MatsutoTV.com or call 800-204-0136. That's 800-204-0136.
Did you say 12 o'clock? Okay. See you tomorrow at 12. I can't hear clearly on the phone anymore.
Let me show you something that will change your life. This is a clear caption phone. It allows me to read what a caller is saying.
Really?
You can read what the caller is saying as they say it. It's easy to understand and respond to immediately.
Sounds expensive.
Actually, there is no insurance or Medicare required. The service is provided at no cost to
see if you qualify.
There's no insurance or Medicare required. Caption service is provided at no cost to you. We deliver, install, and train you on how to use your phone.
Call 1-800-598-3108. That's 1-800-598-3108. Call 1-800-598-3108.
As events unfold, Fox News is live at 9.
A lot of moving pieces. We'll take you through it all.
Bill and Dana have unmatched insight on America's newsroom. Then at 11.
They will cover every move they make.
Harris has the top stories covered on the Faulkner Focus, only on Fox News Channel.
Good evening. I'm Trace Gallagher. It's 11 p.m. on the East Coast, 8 o'clock here in Los Angeles, and this is America's League News. Fox News at night.
We're giving them till tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, and after that, they're going to have no bridges, they're going to have no power plants, Stone Ages.
Breaking tonight, deadline day in Iran. The regime now has 21 hours to cut a peace deal or face devastating consequences. The warning comes as we are learning more about how a U.S. airman evaded capture for 2 days in the Iranian mountains before being flown to safety on Easter Sunday.
When he was finally able to activate his emergency transponder, his first message was simple, and it was powerful. He sent a message, God is good.
We have Team Fox coverage. The senior national correspondent Kevin Cork is live in D.C. with brand new information on the daring rescue, but we begin with the senior correspondent. He's live for us on the ground in Tel Aviv, Mike Tobin. More on the deal and the deadline. Mike.
And Trace, the sun is coming up here in the Middle East, 21 hours away from the president's deadline for Iran to strike a deal, open the Strait of Hormuz, or get bombed back to the Stone Ages. The president promises to hit the electrical grid and bridges in a profane post from over the weekend. He said Tuesday will be power plant day and bridge day. He called Iranians crazy bastards. He wrote, open the F word straight or you'll be living in hell. And at today's press conference, the president showed no flexibility in the deadline.
The entire country can be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night. They're going to have no bridges. They're going to have no power plants. Stone Ages.
Now, Iran rejected the most recent ceasefire proposal. The representative countered with their own points. They want to guarantee that the war can't happen again, and they want control over the Strait of Hormuz. Now, the president says control of the Strait of Hormuz by Iran is not acceptable. In fact, he proposed the U.S. collect tolls there. Trace, back to you.
Mike Tobin live for us in Tel Aviv. Mike, thank you. Let's bring in Israeli Special Ops veteran Aaron Cohen, the founder of LA Mom magazine, whose family fled Iran during the Islamic Revolution, Shirin Yadigar, and former Navy SEAL Cameron Hamilton. Cameron, to you first. Here's General Jack Keane. He said this about the president, the deadline, and the mission.
The president put it on the line and given him an ultimatum, and certainly he wants the Straits of Hormuz opened up, and or else. And so he is attempting to force them to do that. And if they're not going to do it, then there's going to be an or else.
Yeah. What do you think the or else is, Cameron?
Well, Jaden and Trace, thanks for having me. I think it's also, the president understands the critical infrastructure as it pertains to the 8 different community lifelines in Iran, the most vulnerable being power. Power is fairly distributed across the country. They've got over 600 different plants. I think the president means exactly what he says. He'll disrupt power in key areas while probably keeping it on in others to ensure that other resources as hospitals and whatnot can still maintain some semblance of operational capability. But I think we're going to see another bombardment of aviation campaigns. I also think we're going to see a much more concerted effort with American vessels in the strait itself to possibly even escort ships. He's an all-or-nothing kind of negotiator. He wants to see them come to the table, otherwise we're going to handle business. We have to get the route open, specifically in the Strait of Hormuz. I think the president wants to secure that using whatever means possible.
Yeah, Cameron Hamilton, Aaron Cohen says the president is an all-or-nothing guy. We kind of know that. The question is, when you talk about all or nothing, does the all include Karg Island? Is that kind of the path you see this going? What's your or else?
So I'm kind of with Cam on this one, and I'll tell you why. No power means no communications, means no movement,
And that means the moment that those lights go out, Trace, when the president goes after those power grids, and I don't think this is going to be piece by piece, the moment that power goes out, what does that